Welcome back. Things are slightly different. The season is over, and yet I've still got a few little bits to clear up. Obviously, with other seasons, there have been the OVAs afterwards, the fun little short segments. I might have missed a few, so we're going back over it, really cap everything off. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be storylines that I've forgotten that you're going to have to remind me of. But to make sure we all enjoy ourselves and get what we want, make sure to head on over to my Discord after the video is over and tell me what to watch next. But grab a drink. Shall we begin? So we're going in long before this season 4 is even going on. I actually forgot the art style of these things. The fact they are so... I remember them being chibi and whatnot, but like the almost felt pen colouring pencil backgrounds kind of thing. Did offline have any of those fruits while Hibiki was talking, or were they usurped? Usurped. We came here for lunch, obviously. I mean, isn't that what all hospital visits are for? You don't want to see the patient. I don't trust them with fireworks. But I do like having Elf9 have a bit of recuperation and whatnot like this, where they are actually still all close, because we got how much they all cared for one another, but seeing it like this is... Finally, some retribution for her actions. If Elf9 can't fight back, you gotta have someone that can do it for her. Thank the bed for all of its duty over the time you've been here. Well, time for another week's stay. But the whole, like, bags, check. Glasses, check. Wallet, keys. It's a time-honored tradition. Everything they do just ends up hurting them more. Are you going to have a round-the-clock guard and care to make sure that she doesn't sustain any more unwarranted damage? Is it to... Huh? Should you really be apologizing for how long it took to get out of hospital? To be fair, at the minute, that looks like how my bedroom looks. Granted, it is kind of out of laziness, but it's also some extra storage that I needed at the minute. Why was there a fish? What kind of luggage does she have? Some things that it can't be stated. I actually remember that. Fun little wordplay. I've seen other things. I don't know if it was in anime or not, but creating little animals out of vegetables. Did fit. Just you're going a little above and beyond. Anytime we have Chris just relaxing, having fun and whatnot. If that was me understanding a joke or something several hours after the fact, yeah, no, that would happen. So, oh, I get it. I got the joke now. Are you sure you should be eating it then? A freak of nature, a mutation. Let's hope there's no nuclear plants nearby that have had a bit of spillage or anything. Don't worry, they've all got an extra stomach for dessert. And instead of pub crawls and the like, I would go for, yeah, like a restaurant run. We got them talking about fireworks earlier, now actually seeing it in a festival where they're not. Who? How? What? What? I mean, it's full of protein. If anyone has ever had a cicada fly into the mouth, please keep it to yourself, because I don't want that image in my head. Obviously, having like spiders and flies and whatnot fly at your face isn't exactly new, but cicada's slightly larger. Huh. Is that how it works? Good for her. You know, a little change in yourself, whether it be a small little hairstyle segment, can really bolster you in ways that you don't even understand yourself. But you need as much energy as possible to look at Dr. Vare's research. A taste of summer? Have they not had enough of food by now? I mean, is Somen the one that's the little water slide of Somen? I've seen it done a few times. I've actually seen a kitchen gadget that you can buy to have in your own house. So you can do it in the safety of your own home. And to be fair, it does look kind of fun. Cool noodles on a summer's day. I can't see anything wrong with that. I mean, he gave her the go-ahead, so make the most out of it. How much someone do they need? To really get the full effect. I mean, if you've got someone so powered up and gung-ho over the idea of water park noodles, then oh, everyone's invited. Then who's to say no? Wait, that's not what it was? halfway between Nreshi Somen Neko. Hard to see how those two kind of got mistranslated. Or miscommunicated, I should say. I mean, short it to Elf. 9 Luffy. I'm missing a connection here. Well, while we watch a pop, I wonder what that is. An anime that I definitely won't watch if it's got thousands of episodes, unless you force me through a very specific set of circumstances. Don't give my patrons any ideas. And so is it hip? Who put her at the front of the line? I now see what happened in Higurashi, why they were so against the idea of a dam. Well, lived up to expectations. Also, the fact that he had enough time to let it go and get down here before it reached the bottom. I mean, anyone that doesn't know what Nagashi Somen is, obviously you've just been shown what it is, but anyone who doesn't know would be slightly confused about the idea, but someone after my own heart of schoolwork. Leave it until the morning of when it's due. Especially if it was like summer homework when you've had weeks to do. I think I remembered doing my art holiday homework thingy. Yeah, in the morning before school started, actually. Jesus, that was actually surprising how I managed to crank out that many bullshit drawings and reasonings. No, I look shit because it's a stylization, obviously. Does she need to read aloud? Don't let her hear you, though. I feel like they're gonna be hurt by words in one way or another. Most of a book aimed at their forehead. So she's deciding their study schedules. Who would want to watch it? I mean, if you're on your own, you can just watch it. What's the issue? But putting up some kind of pretense. So no, I obviously don't want to watch it, but let's see how bad it is. Just extra steps. It's kind of secret agent Catwoman style Maria here in this little chibi style. Yeah, on her days off when she's not singing. Yeah, that's the UK for you. If there was sun, it would be unrealistic. Did you get the right room? Much of the same. I know it can get humid, but what did she do in this room? It's like Wales. Isn't that a mosquito? Yeah. Ah, I see. Why, A, mosquitoes aren't really a massive issue in the UK, but B, why would you think having anything like an incense burner, a mosquito repellent, inside of a hotel room would be a good idea? I mean, just think of all the time that you did have fun with all your friends over the summer. Russian cuisine. Ah, beef stroganoff. Hmm. Hmm. Of course, even in pictures, Hibiki has a mouthful. Yeah, how well do they actually know Elf9? Considering it's like, oh, that's your name, let's think of a nickname for you. Is it okay just to invite random people into an event like that? I do like that with some OVA bits and segments, it's fun little joke and fun moment. Next scene, maybe referencing it. Next scene, we're moving on. In this, it kept going back to Solman. It's like, water slide? Who wouldn't like some summer food? Just before 3.5? Okay. Tangerines. Ah. She's on her soapbox, I see. They won't be having to be in the background any longer. Put on a big speech. I still kind of lament that those two didn't really get much time or characterization in the season that they were brought in. Obviously, there was bits and pieces of them and their like background and whatnot, but not as much as other characters. Wonder why that is. Yep. Make use of the mayhem that is going on, the destabilization of it all. I wonder how watching these actually in time of the actual episodes and whatnot would have been. But I do like the slight nod back to the episodes and the little bits that I remember because of it. Yep, they defeated the one that was already stronger than you, so they've been laying down plans for quite a while. Of course, yes, because just sheer effort is enough to overcome everything else. Also, something I have mentioned quite a few times, with the fact that you've got quite a few of the villains, the antagonists in this show, having their self-righteousness, their justice. They're fighting for what they see as good and the kind of hope for humanity. Defeated before they even step foot on the battlefield. I mean, if they're defeated this easy, sheer wordplay and well, not even wordplay, just speech being too much for them. Now, I did think, I keep trying to remember what the actual word is, but I can't. The pseudo-Latin non-words that is put in, I think, like, some word programs when you're wanting to fill out space. That's what I thought it was going to be. Lapis philosophers of philosophism. Sketchy, etchy, indeed. It does add a certain level of questionability to it, or, I mean, they're men that are now women that are also still somewhat, sometimes claim to be men, but not really. They're now women, and embarrassed and not embarrassed at the same time. It's a whole minefield of confusing feelings there. I like this pastel art style shit that's going on. Kind of like a weird Madoka Magica fever dream. I mean, does there need to be a separation, a difference there? I mean, no matter what people are, they can be a perv if they want. As long as they're not hurting anyone. Why can't you fight against oppression while still being the bad guys? Just own it. Oh. Okay. I didn't think they'd just bring out that. I remember reading about it about a year or two ago. Has anyone had any more wild claims about what that mechanism actually is now? Don't want to draw it? Go out for lunch, take a picture. Stick that in the anime. Forget about world domination. Just have some ramen. At least they got to enjoy themselves a little before the events of the season. God, that's not even hidden or what you're trying to be there. I mean, learn about the time of the ages right here. Hang on, if Rambo was in theaters and whatnot, does this mean they were coming up with these plans in the 80s? Maybe it's just a re-showing. If she leaves without them, what will they do? Oh, of course. He was doing some research. Never taking a day off, that man. So diligent. Oh yeah, did anyone ever actually think about the world after? Yeah, cool, the world will change, but then what? How were the two actions? Huh? That's one way to get out of suddenly touching someone, I guess. Get them having some quite existential questions in their mind. And how many of the quote-unquote villains in this tale are just trying to get themselves seen in a different way to people? You got the monsters of the... I can't remember the acronym of the 5th season. I think spending some time on those characters, having them just walk around town with one another, having moments as a little friend group, considering we didn't see much obviously because, you know, they can't really take time out of the busy day of plotting and trying to take down the Symphogears for a trip to the movies. But I think that was well needed. Just before a hell screen. Are we going to be into the AR training room again? Wait, theatre? Nope. We're going to see how the true geniuses deal with it all. I was going to try and come up with a few movie ideas, but she is melted into the floor. Who wouldn't want a hibiki puddle? So pretend that it was a trip. I mean, you don't really get a lot of time off for holidays and like, so sure. I mean, people who, you know, I haven't been on a holiday in about 15 years, but from what I remember, coming back from holiday, you do like to relax and settle back into your home now that things are a little more, a little more known, back to what you know, a little more comfortable. Come hell or high water, nothing will stop them from being close. But this doesn't stop her from wanting to walk with them, though, does it? The grapefruit endures severity. What the hell is that title? I would like to know, because I've got some tomatoes outside. They're growing quite well, actually, but it's been quite a hot summer. I've kind of mistreated them a bit. They've had to strive to survive. But are doing quite well. So, gardening tips from Maria. So far I've learned not to change anything I'm doing. I do like how well they're treating her as a colleague as well, but they're also overprotective sometimes, considering how much she forces herself to work, though. Does she even know what relax is? Are they going to have to strap her arms down to stop her from building or working? Considering we know that Carol's in there somewhere, how does she feel about the inner thoughts of Elf9 right there? Yeah, she really doesn't understand the day off. Oh! Some reason I didn't expect to see Tiki again. It's just cosplay. That's all. People are just very impressed by it. Speaking of, I wouldn't be surprised if someone hasn't already done cosplay of Tiki. As she walks even faster. I do like that she's actually animated on slightly increased frame rate. At least that's what it's looked like. She's putting in the effort. Something you wouldn't understand, Maria. The fact that it went from just fun back and forth about a date and buying flowers to now just a history of them in a graveyard and kind of severity of what they're facing. That's quite jarring, actually. This sentimentality is... How long does it last? Do you have anything to... A good... A good thing to leave. Ah. I prefer my smartphone. It's a little wieldier than that. I mean, as a being that we know he is, does he need... Well, no one needs pizza per se, but everyone wants pizza, so... Oh, what is this music? Where did that come from? That came on pretty quick and fast. Wait, what? Is this a... See, this was a fourth wall joke. I mean, everyone is planning to take over the world and whatnot and reform it into your own whims. It's an easy task. You can take a day or two off. Even in chibi form, you can't get away with some of the feedback of what they go through. Just walk into the door. Ah, okay. She did stop. In my dying words, I curse you. I mean, the door closed does mean, yeah, it's soundproof. Just need to heal up and then you can slap some sense into her. Oh, that was just a quick little scene, okay. What's udon Neapolitan? I have 2 number 9s, a number 6 large, a number 32 with extra Coke. So, as we know, time is... Who's singing? Ah, okay. She's getting right into it. No hesitation or anything there. That's how you transition to credits? Fair, actually. That was probably one of the smoothest transition into credits sequence I've seen in quite a while. I did actually remember probably more than I thought I would from season 4 of Symphogear, but I probably should have watched it at the end of that season rather than after everything is over. I've had a bit more of an emotional impact. But it was fun. It was interesting to see that, yes, even Adam was allowed some time off. Though I don't think he deserves it. But quick moments, let's have some water slide, even if there were no cats involved, to the disappointment of some, maybe. You've got festivals and movies. You've got... Well, actually, the common member of the public questioning characters' choice of clothing and outerwear. Tiki walking around the streets like that. Shameful. There was, what, 4 or 5 little segments in each one, and there was 4 overall OVA bits for that season. Quite a few jokes and segments to really kind of cram in there. And is the case for most of the OVAs of Symphogear. Enjoyable. Like I said, I want to see more of the behind-the-scenes moments, the fun with friends, the normal life, slice-of-life moments of the characters, no matter if they are the enemies of the season or not. And I got kind of what I wanted in this. And of course, one of the many characters that definitely needs to be protected, a lot of Elf9. But that's not entirely it for Symphogear. There's another lot of OVAs coming as well. But just because of how long 4 episodes of 8 minutes each is, gonna have to be next week. Well, it doesn't have to be. I can watch them now, but try and brace myself, really. Need to make sure I know what's coming up next time. So, like I said, head on over to my Discord to give me some suggestions about what you want to see. If I haven't put a poll up yet of things to vote on, yell at me until I do. But if you enjoyed this, let me know. Leave a like and a comment down below. Consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out what's coming up next. Or just ride the lightning and see where it takes us. It's going to be fun. Still got some Symphogear to go. So get some rest so that I can see you in the next one. I need to thank my patrons for supporting me, creating the cat water slide for my channel that keeps the anime flowing. So to Aegis TR, Darky26, Guado, Kite, Reds Racer, Ultra Pouring, Wolfie Sensei, Zcat, Zug and everyone else. I'm so glad we can write this story together.